All right, let's have a look at this question. So we've got the universal set is all these numbers, and then we've got A as integers, so whole numbers, and then B is irrational numbers, so numbers that cannot be written as a fraction or a decimal. Well, let's put these into their correct place. So integers, are there any integers? Where's 7 going to go? 7 is an integer, but it's not irrational, so it must go in here. Where does 9.3 go? Is it an integer? No. Is it irrational? No, because it's a terminating decimal. So 9.3, neither irrational nor an integer. Pi, that's not an integer, but it is an irrational number. So I'll put pi in there. 5/9, it's not an integer, it's not a whole number. It's not irrational because I can write it as a fraction, so that goes here. Then we go 2√8, and you can just check on your calculator that it doesn't simplify. It is a irrational number. So 2√8 will go in there. 1, 2, 3, 5 elements all in their right place. Now we go down to these shading questions. And I'm going to use a highlighter to show you this, but if you were doing this in a test, it's best to just use a light pencil and then shade in what you think is the answer. So, not C united with D. Well, not C is this part, all of that. And then when we unite that, put it together with everything that's in D, well, D is all of this bit. So we can colour in all of that, and that is uniting them. It's bringing them together. On to this one. E, intersecting with not F, intersecting with G. So it needs to be all three things. We're intersecting, so everything has to be true. So it needs to be in E, it needs to be in here, as well as, let's use a different colour for each bit, as well as not in F. Well, not in F is the outside of F, so that is everything out here, as well as being in G. So if G is this bit, there we go. So I need the section where it's in E, not in F, and in G. So that, let's get a darker colour. So where have I coloured all three? It's kind of hard to see, but it's this section here. So it's in E and G, but not in F. E and G, but not in F. Now, as I say, if you've got this in an exam, you need to make sure that it's very clear which region you've coloured in. So you can't use 3 different highlighters. I'm just using that so that you can see a bit easier. It's best to sort of just use a light pencil and try and work out what goes where.